Hello everyone, welcome to another reaction video with the siblings. My name is Wingless, and with me is...
Morticia Million.
Woo! Okay, we weren't sure if we were gonna any new reactions to do, just because like we were probably like taking it slow a little bit with the Dream SMP stuff, but oh boy, CG5 brought in one that we could just not ignore, and we just wanted to talk about it. I sent the link to Morticia. I'm not sure if she's seen it, but...
I seen it. I took notes this time.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. All right, that changes things. I like this. We'll get you to start then after we do just the initial view. But with that, just note that we...
Maybe. Go ahead.
But with that, just to let you guys know again, we are not going to be playing the audio of it. We want to keep that with the actual video feed. If you haven't gone to go see it, go check it out. We will show the visuals and our reactions towards it, and then afterwards we'll talk about it. So same thing as before, link in the description, and we will get things started. Are you ready?
I am ready. I mean, I wasn't born ready. It took me a while, but I am ready.
Oh, geez. All right, video starting. Already, it's awesome. So boppy.
Glory, glory.
So much more energy. Oh, this has so much like James Bond feel.
Right? Glory, glory. Making a reference there.
A lot of great references. They do a good job of kind of like...
Fundy.
They do a good job of really putting the story around with like the perspective of Quackity for this point, so it's really well done. I'd have to check if it's the same artist that did
It's DICE Shimi.
that did the same one for Rambo. The Rambo one.
I don't know about that. I just know...
We'll check after.
But it is similar to that one in art style.
The like interlude song within this is so good. Like it's so theatrical.
Every single one of them in Dream SMP, whatever the great adventure or grand society or nation, or in this case, casino, do want to build, they always go bored and crazy and want to blow shit up. So
I guess so, but I think I mean they're also repeating quite a bit of the things. I think the visuals here, they are using the I guess dynamite stick as a microphone, being like just the more dramatic symbolism in this. But visually, holy shit! Overall, I love the art style. I like that the whole thing has such a very vibrant, colored story that's going on with the song, and even having like this moment with pause and reprieve to kind of continue part of like where the story's plot has kind of moved things within not only just the music, essentially sort of like in a musical, but also how things have evolved for the character as well, to then like kind of have like that last final say of them and where they're potentially going into the story. Very good. The art is just so vibrantly awesome. The color choices are great. Red obviously representing a lot of like the predominant color scheme given like everything that's been going on for rage, for blood, for damage, for scars. The scar, by the way, is gorgeous.
I know, it's because the whole casino theme, it's just like it's the red of diamonds has a scar.
Yeah, I love that interpretation of it. I think it's perfect, given that he did start kind of essentially Las Vegas in the Dream SMP. It was so great.
Las Nevadas.
Yeah, I love a lot of the hints of like how things have like kind of evolved from there, and like the reasonings of like some of the moments, like not letting Wilbur in because Wilbur kicked him out from L'Manberg type of things. Just so much like back and forth.
And he's still giving that scar.
Yeah, exactly. But what's cool about this, and I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm actually going to pass this to Morticia because I really want to know her notes on this. But Quackity's kind of evolution and stuff like that. This music video, I like the perspective of this is how Quackity feels, but I don't think that that's the actual truth. But I like that perspective. It's very much like a villain's perspective, right? So CG5 and the art style in this for the song and the look of it is such a perfect like visualization of like how Quackity sees himself in like the role and what he does. And so I think that's super cool. Overall, this music video is so good with that. But I want to know Morticia's notes on this. I'll make comments here and there, but yeah, tell me what's up.
I mean, not organized notes, but anyway. So I know, yeah, for sure, the whole perspective. It starts from it's first of all, it took me like to realize which character they're referencing, and then as soon as I figure out the character, I was like, oh, they're doing the whole Las Nevadas things. Got it. But yeah, so yeah, it starts with the perspective of Quackity and the music and the art, not just Quackity's perspective, but as Quackity as a villain. And that's pretty much part of all the tellings of a lot of the actual complex villain, because they don't always really see themselves as a villain. Like even in the storyline for Quackity, he's like, he feels pretty much self-righteous in how he approaches everything. And he's like, no, I'm in the right to do this. Like, screw everyone, F me up or whatever, can't trust friends. So I'm just going to run the thing my way and not fully trust anyone while holding a bit of a grudge on other people.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's kind of what I was saying too before, is that it's really set up to be like Quackity's perspective of, see, I can do this and I'm allowed to do this because of all the wrongs you guys have done, but like not underlining all the stuff wrong that Quackity has done. No. Those are justified, but you guys didn't do it justice to me before. So that's why I'm doing all this. Like that's that level of like thought.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? F this, table flip. I'm just going to be my turn to run shit.
Basically, yeah.
And cause trouble. And then if it doesn't work out, blow it up like the rest of you.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he blows, like, it's visually in here, but I don't think he actually goes and blows up anything.
I don't know. I haven't got that far in story narrative. I just know that's pretty much a common theme in the whole Dream SMP. I mean, it's part of the whole storyline and drama for the sake of drama.
Although they don't show it in here, which I'm actually surprised they didn't, at least really quickly. Quackity does blow up Purple's UFO, and that's how he gets Purpled to join Las Nevadas, like through shenanigans and all that, like through smooth talking. I wouldn't really call it smooth talking, but talking and convincing it and whatever. So I feel like that's why they're sort of like,
he spoke words and it threw like mud in the wall and saw which one stuck.
Yeah, so basically like that's how Purple got in, but then like too much was said and done, and then like Quackity went on to doing something else. So it's interesting. What other points did you have?
For the art, like as soon as I started watching it, like it reminds me of like two different things, like a bit of Samurai Jack type styling.
Oh yes, agreed.
And then I mean, you also mentioned like another video which it's similar to that art too, but I think this is a different artist. Oh, I really loved seeing Glory. I think that's my favorite part. And the other thing that it reminds me, it's like the side scroller Shank and Shank 2, because the art form.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, reminds me of that as well.
Wow, that's a long time ago. Yeah, you're right. I do agree. It's got kind of like that feel of it, but I think it's because it's very much like the vibrant red usage throughout the video for the most part. That I think that makes that kind of stand out that way.
For sure. And then for both the music and the arts being done, so when you do Las Vegas, of course, it brings up all the Las Vegas, Frank Sinatra type stylings.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, and also because the villain theme of it, yeah, like you mentioned, that was one of my first impressions. It's like freaking straight out of Casino Royale, James Bond's movies.
Yeah. It's as if instead of the intro for like James Bond in like sort of like a James Bond movie, if this was like the villain's perspective of their intro type of thing, and this is what they would have as their intro instead of the opposite. I don't know. It's got that same kind of like showstop level of stuff. I like it a lot.
And there's other videos of this narrative storyline, not just from Quackity, but Las Vegas. We've seen, like, I know Derivacat had their own song on this where Nurkic was more focused like Frank Sinatra type way expression, where CG5 like took inspiration from that, from some of the instruments and musicians, because apparently he got like friggin' 4 or 5 different collaboration of different musicians, and especially with the trumpet and all that, apparently it took him a while to get the person to have the right one to pull that off. Yeah, so he took like the Frank Sinatra, but it also like has this epic in Bond intro movies impression.
Yeah, so if we're comparing it to Derivacat's Casino Royale song, I would say is more akin to like what you would get at like an actual casino lounge and like da da da.
Oh, yeah, like Frank Sinatra type thing. Yeah.
This one still has that like that same kind of feel of like it's definitely something within the same realm, the same genre. But this one, I think it's designed to be more action packed. It's designed to be more of like a movie theater intro to like a huge hit rather than a song that you would hear at like a lounge. I think that's like the comparisons I would make with the two, but they both have that similarity. But it makes sense that they both have that similarity because they're both using the idea of a casino, Las Vegas, all the things that is what Quackity's kind of domain is like, and like the interpretation of that. So I think they both nailed it well in both their own way in that regard. So yeah, both of them I like very much. I think they do a great job. But I have to say CG5's version is very, very well done. I would say like it has more energy. It's more of a movie, and there's a lot more work behind it. And I think if you look into it, if you check out CG5's channel, the amount of time he spent on getting this done perfectly, you can tell that he spent that time, and he spent it well, because like it's such bop. It's such a good song. Oh, I love it.
Not to like trash his voice, like he does a lot of his songs just fits with the way he sings. But while I like the song in the lyrics, I'm just trying to imagine like of someone different. Like there's those jazz cover lounge artists like Robin, Adele, Anderson. They do a lot of type of Frank Sinatra lounge covers of whatever different songs. Like if I think of like someone like her in this, it would really make the song pop. But that's like the closest criticism I have. It's not because he sucks, it just doesn't fit with what he's trying to do.
I agree with like what you're saying, because like I've had that interpretation when he did the one for Technoblade, where I felt like his voice did not lend credence to that song. I actually think it's the opposite in this case. I do think his voice works really well, and it works so well because he even has like that snarly voice when it's like more the talking points instead of the singing points, and the going in between both of those actions throughout I find worked so amazingly well in this case that I think this showcased his voice in a better light than I'd say the other Technoblade one that he had done, where I did criticize that like I think someone else should have been the singer. But I see your point, because it's what I've seen in the past as well with regard to that. But I think it's just like I think everyone has like a choice sound that would associate with things a lot better, and so that's why like I kind of like agree with you, and I think in your case that's what it is, right? It's maybe this was like if there was at this type of tone or this type of level, right?
Yeah, but anyway, it's just the closest I have to criticism of Rise. It's pretty amazing. It's not just the animation, it's all the weird film glitching that they have included.
Oh, the artist did such a great job, and a lot of the incorporation of all the things that Quackity's been through, all the stuff, like even the little nuance of Quackity building the House of Cards, and how you've got little cards representing like Fundy, representing Purple, representing like everyone that's like involved in like his stratosphere of control, showing the cards being like what is it they're doing type of thing is really crazy. I think that this is one of the crazier visual ones that is just so well encompassed artist overall to date, to be honest. Like, and I really, really like a lot of the stuff from SAD-ist. Obviously, I'm still a huge fan of SAD-ist, but like, I very much love the work that's done here. And I would say, like, I want to go check it out afterwards. But who was the artist? It was a Caramello that did the one for CG5 for Rambo?
Let's quickly Google.
Yes, please.
Animation by Shaishui.
Oh, there we go. You're right. It's Shashui. Okay, so I guess just very similar, or maybe it's just from an ask from CG5, but like I would say those two have a very like did the style very similarly, and the fact that it's another CG5 song work with that is interesting. But nonetheless, I love that visual, and I think you nailed it perfectly, calling it very much like Samurai Jack type of inspiration. I feel that as well. I would say like Samurai Jack, but with a little bit more chalky.
So it's as if Samurai Jack goes to a casino to Las Vegas instead of whatever the storyline is. Samurai Jack, it's been a while.
Really, really cool on that. The visuals are just so over the top. I just like it. It's just so entertaining. It's such a good sound. I have very little to say bad about it because it's just overall very entertaining. I just love it. I don't have anything to really fully criticize. They do a great job of doing all the themes of it. The energy of the visuals match so perfectly with the audio. I think CG5 does a great job of complementing all the scenes. I love that it gets like more intense and more intense and more crazy, has that calming moment, and then has like the denouement ending moment of the whole thing. It's just like a nice little play, showstop. I could see this being like a moment within a stage play, and I would like totally love it in regards to just like the energy that comes off of it. I think I don't know. I just really liked it. It surprised me that I would be so happy with like another one of these, and CG5 clearly did a great job and worked hard on this, and I'm very happy to say it was well worth the wait, because like I think this is like pending for, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it was like 6 months or like 5 months, because like people were asking about it, and he's just like, you know what, no, I'm not doing it anymore, like sort of like a tease, but like clearly he was like really working on it.
Oh, well, like from watching his making of afterwards, he was saying like it had a particular vision, and it was a matter of like he wasn't getting right, like some of the lyrics wasn't right, and then after that waiting for the right styling, and eventually he found like, because he goes like the Vibrant Eyes one, he basically went and found an artist online through Twitter and all that, and like, I like your art, would you like to make a video for me, type thing. And same with all the other musicians he collaborates, because I know one of the instruments like the trumpets and all that, he doesn't have a lot of experience on. He specifically waited to get someone for it. So it's a combination of like, unlike other songs where he was pretty quick to pull it off on his own, and this one he had a particular vision and he took his time.
I think this is a great example of if you can allow an artist, and this goes for video games, this goes for movies, this goes for art, this goes for like every sort of medium, when you can give that artist the time, the patience, the drive of them to meet that expectation of what it is that their vision is seen, and when you can let them do that, you can see what it can translate to and like how great it can be. And I think this is a phenomenal example of someone very much making sure that in this case they were like, no, I'm not going to skip on the things that I want to do. Like, I'm sure they made decisions being like, yeah, that's good enough or whatever, but in the end, it's like they took the time to fully realize what it is that they were going to do at their pace with their decisions, rather than it being forced. Like I see all the time where there's like movies or video game where the main person who has all the vision, has all the stuff, and then they're just like, oh, well, we have to release it at this time, so you better cut corners and make it look like that, and how much of a problem that sometimes causes. In other cases, it does create a unique situation, but so often do we hear that like that creators do not get the time that they need to make things properly, and this is one of the cases where, holy shit, I'm glad he took the time for what he did for this. It sounds amazing. It's done well. Good job. I love when things like this are the case. Yeah, we might want to hear and have all the stuff from the person that we respect and care about and love, and like we really want like their stuff now, gimme, but this is what you get when you give them the space and give them the time that they need for it. And so kudos. I'm really in love with the fact everything that's done with this. I think DICE Shimi, good job on the visuals. You collaborated so well with CG5, overlapping with the music that he's done, and CG5 wonderful, wonderful music.
Yeah, it's like all around super amazing. I really liked it.
Any final notes that you want to add that we haven't covered?
Who else in DreamSMP is going to hit the dark side? Fundy? Are we going to have Dark Fundy next?
Is it Fundy already dark or like childish?
I don't know. I haven't kept track of DreamSMP. I won't be surprised as Fundy's turns. Like, I don't want to be the friendly fun one anymore. My turn to try to control the server.
To quickly bring that up, actually, I believe that what's going to happen at this time with the DreamSMP is that they're
doing it like a soft reboot.
No. I don't know if it's so much a soft reboot, but they are going to have a lot of lore starting again in the next month or so. I think they said late September, mid-October. Apparently, everyone that's part of the DreamSMP has been working on what they're going to be doing next for that project. And so there's a lot coming in around that time. So I think that's when we're going to start seeing a lot more content coming through. And in turn, we're going to see kind of like most likely the same thing that was happening before, where a lot of that content will go through and then a lot of supporting content like CG5 and music videos, or a lot of like retrospects and stuff like that is going to be brought up in that regard. So I think we'll stay tuned on that. We'll see if there's anything that really stands out and we'll take a look at it. But I do expect that there's going to be a bit of a hiatus for a little bit more, and that we're going to get a lot of DreamSMP that's just going to be boom, 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 boom. And so I think we'll revisit that, and what we could probably do is, if Mort's up to it, maybe to get her caught up to all of the DreamSMP stuff, is do the review of all the like the collaborative episodes that were done by some of the other content creators.
It's in the to-do's ideas backlog. Yeah.
So maybe we'll have some solo videos like that from Mort. If you would like that, put a comment down below. Pressure Mort to do stuff. I think it's funny when she's pressured to do stuff, even though it makes her mad. Aside from that, if there's anything that you think that we should react to, do not hesitate to put down below. If there's anything you'd like us to do, we already have basically our MC Hub content gets produced predominantly by me, but Morticia joins in. We're finally releasing the episodes of the Origins episodes, and so give us a comment and take a look at that and see what you like about it. And we're looking to get into a different live series, potentially with a special guest that is going to join us in another sort of mod showcase that we think we're going to have fun. So stay tuned on that, but comment down below, subscribe. Am I missing anything?
If you want to be notified of new videos, follow us on Twitter and join our Discord.
Yeah, join our Discord. Woo! Link.
And hang out with us.
Links in the description, baby. Yeah. And then if we have enough people, we could do like a lot of Jackbox party pack stuff, and yeah, just lots of chatting. Woo.
So yeah, until then, till next time, y'all laters.
Ciao, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Glory, glory.